Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. As always, the syncing is not working very well, but I'm trying the best I can there on Rumble. Meanwhile, besides YouTube, I got my blogger where I post everything that I do here on YouTube, and the Patreon stuff also, for access support. Yesterday I didn't do any video. I got an emergency per se regarding work. Got some stuff that fell off my lap with some urgency here, and I was busy basically all day, and by the end of the day I was not with the space head to do anything on the channel. But yeah, today I think I will try to squeeze in the best I can, at least the the Evil Within episode. At least for today. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow, it's tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow Sunday. Maybe if I can manage to at least record, I might publish tomorrow the XCOM 2. And as always, at this point in time, Sunday is like my day off. I don't do anything for the channel. But yeah. So we missed yesterday's news. I'm not sure if I didn't watch anything. Sorry. So I don't know if we'll missed anything. I don't think so. Except for this deal. I think it's still on. I think it might be from late yesterday, 2 p.m. yesterday on North American time. The 7800 X3D. It's an amazing value at Micro Center for $299 US, which is a huge discount, basically 150 from MSRP-ish, or at least the price that it was, has been throughout these last months. The only thing is, Micro Center is exclusive to US, and there is no like ordering online. This is basically if you have a Micro Center near you, or you can travel to one, the nearest to you, then you can take advantage of this deal here. At the moment it was like $330, but they have like an extra discount with this, and also they can get even more cheaper if you buy. I think it's not. There is no mention of this on the site, but there is even after all these discounts, a 30% off if you buy a compatible AM5 motherboard. Which at this point, I assume if you're thinking of buying this one, I think it's because you still don't have an AM5 system, given the fact that it is in its early stages. It's within this first year. Again, it's sync not included. You have to buy a cooler, but the fact that this CPU usually it doesn't manage to be overclocked. I think a very decent CPU, similar like mine, like a Deepcool AK620, I think, the model, or something on those lines. Even like you don't need like a super hyper like cooler from Noctua or something like that. Something on those lines, like a middle range, decent cooler, reliable one, from Deepcool, even from Noctua. There is a wide range of coolers that they can handle very well this CPU, because it's out of the box. You can the settings, so you cannot overclock it. So. And it doesn't. The frequency is a little bit lower, so mainly because the 3D cache is very sensitive to heat. So you buy a decent cooler that can handle and put those temperatures around the 70s when it's in use, 70s, 80s. I think you're more than good to with a, I don't know, $50 maximum with cooler. I think you can manage, and for sure in Micro Center they will help you out if you're near one. But yeah, this is an excellent deal. So basically you can get the CPU itself for $270. and then you, I don't know, $100 give or take maximum, in a good AM5 motherboard. There is very good, decent priced motherboards around that price, and maybe 50 bucks for the cooler, give or take. And of course you also have like DDR5 memory, which is it's way cheaper now than when this came out. So basically with the price difference of the promotion from the usually, this is like already in promotion, but the MSRP of the CPU, which was at least around $400, with that discount you almost can manage to buy the rest of the components to make like a good package there. But yeah, another big news that I missed was the Microsoft closes finally the deal of the Activision, Blizzard and King deal. King was under the umbrella of Activision and Blizzard also. So yeah, 21 months, basically 2 years going around this. They did announce here the from Phil Spencer and everybody announced with those with some statements here and there. We'll see how it goes. The fact that they, I think they already, I covered this. I think they are going to increase a little bit the Xbox Pass thing, mainly because of course they have to now start diluting the fact that they bought this company. They have to dilute it to the consumers, as usual. And the Game Pass subscription, I think I don't know for how much. I don't use the Game Box Pass, so I'm not into it. I think they have 3 tiers, something like that. But I think it's very competitive how they're going about it. A lot of exclusives, especially for example Starfield. It's a game that went on on Xbox Pass, Game Pass. Difficult names here. I suppose that games like that are very, very weak in terms of popularity, like Overwatch and stuff like that, I think they're going to put it on Game Pass, because I think I'm not sure if Overwatch 2 is free to play. I'm not sure. But yeah, Call of Duty at the moment, and from what I understood, yeah, Call of Duty and Diablo, just like the main games from the studio acquired, they are not at the moment joining immediately on the Game Pass. I assume, for example, Diablo 4 can be headed there, and Call of Duty, mainly because of how they can provide you the game for free, and then you have like those microtransactions, that can be give more money to compensate the fact they are kind of not giving the game for free, because I think it's the fact that it's on Game Pass doesn't mean it's always on Game Pass. It has like a time frame until it gets out of there, from what I understand. But yeah, for them it's a very excellent deal. This is like a story of how it happened and how they went along until the approval. So it's everybody basically knows a little bit of the drama involved, and some leaks here and there from the court trials there, that from trying to block the deal, and that's why we had a lot of like leaks and rumors regarding some information that was leaked. But yeah, finally it's done. Again, I usually not. I don't like very much like mergers with huge companies, because it tends to not in the short term sometimes, because it will take a little bit more time for them to integrate everything into Microsoft, under the umbrella of Microsoft. But in the long term, you might have a stranglehold of monopolize some of the things that they acquired. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. Maybe if they have some IPs that don't sell very well, they might sell to other companies. I don't know. We will see how it goes. I also lost the fact that there is reviews for Lords of the Fallen. Sorry about that. And it seems to be pretty decent. Some performance issues here and there, but I think they are being solved as quickly as they can. Not a lot of stuttering, but it's more about like some crashes and some bugs here and there. But the overall consensus at the moment, from what I've been seeing from different reviewers, is around 8.5. It's a decent Souls-like inspired game. It got some interesting mechanics, but it's more about a little bit now they're trying to remove some of the bugs and tweak a little bit on the performance side and some crashes. And regarding that, there is also some beginner guides here. I'll leave a link in the description from Faxter Live for you to have like a handle of how everything works out. But yeah, some crashes were there is a patch that came out, mainly something to blame per se. It's the DLSS free integration, the frame generation. I don't know how this is going to be handled with the new Unreal Engine 5 games. I saw some stuff that, for example, frame generation from AMD. There's been some issues with Counter-Strike 2, some bans, and at the moment people with AMD cards cannot play because of how it handles like lag and everything. It's a little bit weird what's happened there. But here, basically they had to patch and basically remove DLSS free because I think it was causing a lot of crashes. Some of them in the when you launch the game after the first cinematic, I think it's something to do with the shader cache, or and it's been solved. But mainly from their point of view of and the telemetry that for sure they're being receiving, they reckon that the majority of crashes is actually from outdated drivers. Again, when some new game comes out, and if it's one that it has some visibility, check your drivers always first before you start playing the game, because usually the fact that if you update your driver before setting the game for the first time, it will resolve a lot of issues, some bugs here and there. But yeah, Epic has been with I think how they call the Xworks, Xworks studio to resolve a lot of and patching out a lot of those little issues that basically are engine addressable, and also with NVIDIA regarding DLSS post implementation. So at the moment it's disabled, but I don't think that the fact that you cannot have DLSS free, so fake frames, it's going to be a huge issue, because I think that in terms of performance it's quite fluid. I think there might be like one or two spots here and there that you have some stutters here and there, and I think it's mainly because of like high density enemies or something like that. But yeah, it seems pretty okayish. Here they give it basically a 7 out of 10. Again, the average threshold was around 8 to 8.5. I didn't watch. I'm not sure if I watched the WCCF Tech, but some of them give them like a 9. But yeah, in terms of the game itself, it's one thing. But again, when you do a review, you have to take into account performance issues when they appear. But yeah, it's around that 8.5, give or take. I will try it for sure when I have time. After all the catching up, for sure I will try this game. I'm very interested in this one. And basically for news at the moment, this is it. We got some gaming deals, but just a quick mention that Epic Game Store have some free games that are coming up, especially Evil Within. It's kind of a decent game. Might seem a little bit old, mainly because of the engine's a little bit dated, but it will be a free game when it comes out. When it's deactive, I will sure let you know. I've got these two games. I don't know what it is. I'm not very interested, just by the fact of seeing this. But yeah, when the Evil Within, it's the one that caught my eye. I will let you know when the free game kind of a thing here is active here. On Steam, we still have Vampire Survivors. The offer is still available for around like Monday at least, since when the video is get published. But then again, even at full price, this is an excellent game. And even at full price is around like $10, give or take. So I think it's an excellent. If you like this kind of games, I think you get a lot of value out of this game here. We now have Spiritfarer Farewell Edition on Steam. I'm not sure if it is available on
on GOG, but there is available here on Steam. You've got the demo for you to try out, 75% off. Yeah, the farewell edition, $7. I think it's a good deal. I'm very interested in playing this game. I like that kind of animation style and what the game is all about. And yeah, until the 16th, so around 2 days until the promotion is over. We still have 50% off on No Man's Sky, $30, full game with all the content that has been launched for the game. There is no DLC per se, which is usually paid DLC. Everything is included on the updates. They did a good job of recovering from the botched launch, so I think now it's a very interesting game to play with, especially at this price point. And finally, from Steam, we still have Elden Ring. I usually, mainly because of From Software pedigree in terms of games, I didn't play this game yet, because it's not in my library, as you can see. But you have, I think the deluxe edition is the best one to buy at the moment with this promotion. I assume that the DLC they are going to launch is a huge DLC, but not because only it's huge, it's going to be the quality of that DLC. Yeah, it's one of those that I'm very eager to start one of these days, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And lastly, we got from GOG, we got Mutant Year Zero. This is the deluxe edition, $17. This is one of the games I will, I don't know, will do for sure, because I managed to claim it for free from Epic Game Store. But it doesn't have the DLC here, so basically it's not the deluxe edition. But it was a free game. I don't mind. It's not the deluxe edition, but yeah. It's a good deal, 60% off with the DLC. Seems pretty interesting, the game. Very similar to Miasma Chronicles, which is from the same guys that did this game, in terms of like the gameplay loop, with a different story, not in the same universe from what I understand, but it's very similar. If you by any chance played Miasma Chronicles, it's going to look very similar in terms of how it plays out, in terms of gameplay loop. Very similar to XCOM to a certain degree. And yeah, basically this is it, guys. I'll wrap up here. Again, I can do my plug from my Patreon for extra support, which at the moment is just basically for storage, for me to have like backups of the projects that I do for my private clients, and of course also for the videos that I do for you for the channel. And at the moment, basically this is it. And of course, if possible, one game here and there, but with time I will get there, so no rush and no big worries there. And below that said, guys, hope you have a full day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.